Well, hello, everybody.
Howdy.
We fired our piano player.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we fired the piano player, apparently, and boy caught us all looking down and a little off guard. But hey, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm lonely.
You're lonely?
I'm lonely. I miss my sister.
I'm kind of feeling a little switching around there a little bit.
Riley is rocking and rolling in the Smokies a little bit, but he's got one time Avery had the scenery behind her, and tonight Riley has it. So
I wish it would focus so you could see how pretty. I'll put one out there so y'all people can see it, but it is beautiful out here.
Well, y'all, we are glad you joined us tonight for episode 22, right?
Wow.
Southern Gospel Forward. And right now we've got all guys. Evan, what's going on with that?
So Avery was going to get on because I'm meeting with her tomorrow. We were going to meet each other, but I'm meeting her tomorrow to we're going to ride up together to the Smokies. So, but I have been working on this cool trick. I want to show it to you. All right.
Okay. Show it. Go.
All right, here we go. I'm going to grunt really hard. Time travel is so hard, y'all. Time travel is so hard.
Stepped in the building. She traveled several hours like that. Yeah.
Just like that, man.
Yeah, that's great. No, we couldn't do this thing without Avery.
You can't get away from me for long.
That's right. And so, as Mr. Miyagi would say, the Karate Kid, that was number one surprise. So, number two surprise. We have put out there that we had another surprise tonight. We had actually
go to Japan.
No, not quite. We had put out there that in the episode with Jake Lawson, we were going to have a special guest host, and it didn't exactly happen. There was something come up, had to take a rain check, and I thought, well, why don't we just try it for this one? So somebody who is a friend to the show, is a part of the Southern Gospel Forward family, one of our biggest supporting artists. Yes, he's been on the show before. Y'all may welcome Mr. Aaron Swain from the Promised Land Quartet.
Yeah. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, that was a surprise, Avery popping up like that, because
yes, it was.
We had y'all going.
Me too.
The pre-show.
I was sitting behind the camera, and Scott was like, "Avery, can you hear us?"
Again.
I know. I forgot. Old man forgot. It was a surprise. Aaron, thank you for joining us. You just brought the value of this up a notch or two.
Oh, so yeah. Don't lay it on too thick now. But yeah, I'm excited to be part of it, man. I figure I'm going to be watching this anyway, so I might as well directly participate.
I love it. Yeah, you are a friend. We appreciate you, my friend. Speaking of friends, y'all watching us are our friends and our family, and y'all have done a great job at helping us out. Would you do it again with your shares? If you're watching on Facebook, on SBM Studios, would you please click that share button and share us with your friends, share us with your enemies, share us, anybody, whatever, just share us, please, so that we might get a few more folks watching. And then if you're watching on YouTube, we love our YouTube. We're growing on YouTube. We need to grow some more. So if you are watching and seeing this on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and become a dedicated subscriber. You will be notified when we go live. So we want you to join us in that capacity. And y'all just bear with Riley. I don't know what's going on. He keeps jumping sideways.
I'm having a hard time. I'm just going to be honest.
Having a hard time. Hey, we need to not take up too much time tonight, but we had a lot of wonderful sponsors tonight that we need to talk about. So we want to give them their due. And we're going to start off, I believe, with one of our longest term sponsors, the Heaven Bound Trio. We appreciate them so much. They have been absolute friends to Southern Gospel Forward, dedicated sponsors. They don't just sponsor their favorite artists now and then. They sponsor us with all of our shows. It means a lot to us. And would y'all please take a moment and go to www.heavenboundtrio.com and visit the website. Wonderful group, wonderful trio. They appear at the NQC showcase events pretty much annually. Just check them out, check out their tour, check out their music, and support them because we are thankful that they support us. Yeah. All right. Who said they were going to take this one?
I can do it.
Take it off.
August 24th at the Tabernacle in Danville, Virginia. It's going to be the Down East Boys, Jeff and Sherry Easter, and the Lawson family. Doors are open at 5. All seats are general admission. The tickets are $20 each. They have the website down there. Y'all go get your tickets if you're anywhere in the area, and so go. It'll be a good singing. I wish I could be there, but a little too far for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much to the Lawsons for sponsoring us.
Hey.
You don't take this one, Evan?
No, you take it.
I'll take it. This is nepotism if I let you take this one. So yeah, we are thankful for Emmanuel Baptist Church. They are faithful to Southern gospel music, have a lot of great concerts coming up. The Kingsmen will be at Emmanuel Baptist. That is on 1745 Red Hill School Road in Hayden, Alabama on July 12th at 7 p.m. And then September 15th at 2 p.m. for homecoming, they will host Unity 4. And then December 1st, they will host the Troy Burns family for a Christmas spectacular. So thank you, Emmanuel Baptist Church, for sponsorship. And y'all go support those wonderful concerts in Hayden, Alabama. All right. I tell you what, I'll do this one too. Christians in the Capital, we are thankful for the sponsorship. Anonymous sponsor, but they wanted us to promote Christians in the Capital. Wonderful event happening September 10th through 13th, and featuring the Gaithers, Gaither Vocal Band, the Nealons, Sons of Georgia, Jonathan Wilburn, the Sound, Carolina the Band, Ben Calhoun, the Promised Land Quartet. And y'all need to, this is awesome now. We're bringing Southern gospel music to the Capitol, September 10th through 13th for NQC. So mark that on your calendar. There's a phone number there, 678-929-8069, or go to www.passagedc.com. Aaron, is there anything you'd like to add on that from the Promised Land Quartet?
The way that they've described it to us is it's like a cruise on land, and from the time that you get there till the time you leave, they take care of everything from transportation to food to lodging, all the events and tours and stuff they're going to be doing. It's going to be a blast. So please register for that, and tell them Promised Land Quartet your host group if you wouldn't mind.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Just got added to the event as well the other week. I don't know if it was in the advertisement, but they're an excellent group as well. So it's going to be a great time. Hope y'all can join us.
Perfect. Appreciate that. All right, Riley, you want to do Solid Rock?
All right. Our next sponsor is the Solid Rock radio program with Brother David Harrell. I think they should all be here this week, so they'll be here in the Smokies with us. But you need to go listen to his radio program. Each Sunday, you can listen from 8:15 to 10 a.m., the solidrockradioprogram.com, and you can like and follow them on Facebook as well. So I'll go do that.
Thank you, Riley. I'll grab this one. This is my cousins and me. We've got 4 or 5 different factors that kind of sponsor this thing, but there is a concert coming up on July 27th. That's in Fayette, Alabama, west central Alabama, 6 p.m. And that's going to be featuring the Kingsmen Quartet and Bob Sellers. Also, faithful friends and chosen witness will be appearing. For more information, you can call 205-664-3803.
Hey, I'll grab this one since I go to it every year.
Mm-hmm.
So the Inspirations and Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road are coming to Charlie's Vineyard at Frost Farm on Saturday, August the 3rd at 6 p.m. That's at 1684 Frost Road in Eva, Alabama. The tickets are only $20 for general seating. There's only 400 tickets that can be sold, and they already have less than 125. So call them today and get yours at 256-318-6735. And I promise they'll take care of you. I've been going to this one for several years in a row now, and it's wonderful. It's at a big wedding venue, so it's beautiful on the inside.
Perfect. Thank you, Avery. This one, here's a little funny, but we had a donation and from a faithful supporter of our young artists and young fans in Southern Gospel, and the money was given in I almost said in memory, not in memory, in honor of, there we go, in honor of the Front Row Grannies.
That's the worst group to do this with.
Hush. The Front Row Grannies, we thank them so much. They are precious to our young folks in supporting our young fans and our young artists, and we thank the Front Row Grannies as they are affectionately known.
Wow.
Avery, you've hit this.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we are a week away from it, really. So next weekend, after you get home from singing in the Smokies, join us all at Shadow Valley Gospel Music Festival in Fayetteville, Tennessee. It is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, July 11th, 12th, and 13th. The lineups are fantastic, as you can see. They're going to have the McCrae Dove and the Dove Brothers, the Inspirations, Compassion, and the Singing Ambassadors on the first night, Keeping the Faith, Gold City, and Karen Peck and New River on Friday. And then they will have Bradley Walker, High Road, Lauren Talley, and Mark Trammell Quartet on the last night. The tickets are $25 on the day of the event at the gate. But youth 18 and under are free. So make it a family event. Bring everybody out. It's outside, but if it rains, no worries. They've got a big barn and they'll move it down in there. And while you're there, treat yourself to the concession stand because it's fabulous.
Fantastic. And we always like to give a shout out to our friends at the National Quartet Convention. It's getting closer, about 3 months away, September 22nd through 28th at the LeConte Center in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. For more information and tickets, you can go to nqconline.com or call 1-800-846-8499. If you have never been to the National Quartet Convention, why in the world have you not? This is the year to go. Call or go online and get those tickets today. All right. So that covered, we have one more sponsorship, but that's kind of the focus of this whole show. So we're going to hold off on that for just a second. I do want to say this is a surprise number 3. So surprise number 3 is something that has been talked about one time. I asked some questions on our Southern Gospel Forward private group, which is the Facebook group for all Southern Gospel artists or young fans, which is like 35, 40 and below, about would there be any interest in having some Southern Gospel Forward t-shirts. And there was a lot of interest. There was a whole lot of interest. So we have worked on a design. And we got a couple. We've got what we're going to do. We're going to look at. I think we decided we would go with the comfort colors for comfort that gives a little more room and it's nice and soft and real high quality shirt. A lot of artists I know, Mylan Hayes family, several artists have moved to the comfort colors just because of the quality and durability and the comfort. So got 2 options, which one is this black option. The other option is going to be China blue. Ooh. And that's what they look like. And that's going to be your 2 options. That's the 2 color options. And on the back, we're going to have our logo that we have decided on, our motto, so to speak, which is unifying a generation today for Southern Gospels tomorrow. I had to think about that for a second. I almost forgot what we decided on. But so here's the deal. We're going to make posts on the SBM Studios page, on the private Facebook group. We're going to make a lot of posts. But if you're watching this tonight and you would have an interest in those t-shirts, high quality t-shirts, other brands, popular brands, national brands that sell these comfort shirts, sell them for $35 a piece every day. That's just, if you go to those men's stores and buy some of those shirts, that's what they cost. These are going to be $25. You're going to sell them for the same price that your group sell them at on the product table. If you would be interested in one of these shirts to have, especially when we start ganging up like at NQC and be known and be a part of, if you will let us know, make a comment on our social media sites, contact one of our hosts, or you can send an email to, we'll put out some more email address in post, but you can do sbmmin.13@gmail.com. And we'll put that up again on the screen later on in the show. But we would love for everybody to get a shirt, and we may even have some at NQC for sale, but that's no promises. So if you want that, you can contact us on that. And we do have our individual sponsors: Owen Fields, Daniel Garrett, Kyle Goodson, Daniel Hayes, Andrew Potts, Joshua Reese, and the Gospel Messenger. Thank y'all so much for individually sponsoring our show tonight. And I feel like we've had an infomercial so far. So we got to get out now. We thank our sponsors. We couldn't do this without you, but it's time to move on with the big show. So we are here tonight, to talk about all things Singing in the Smokies. There's a little event that's fixing to take place in Bryson City, North Carolina at the end of this week. Singing in the Smokies, bringing back. And Riley's already there, but we have a special guest with us tonight, and is actually going to be appearing at Singing in the Smokies with Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road. Will you welcome to our show, Elisha Moore?
Hey.
Elisha.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are y'all?
Doing good. I'm sorry you had to sit in the green
not-
room through all
No,
those
it's all right.
commercials, but you know,
I was not expecting Avery to join either. So
you pulled one over on us, even though Peppa almost let the cat out of the bag. So anyway, because I was talking to her because I knew she was in the room, and she like sent me a text.
I did not expect that.
Elijah, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening and joining us tonight. We are thankful for you. You're good friends of this group, and we are just looking forward to having you with us and talking about you and your beginning career in Southern Gospel as you've joined Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road. But why don't we do this? We always kind of start out with our guest. A lot of folks know you. But some may not. So if you would take just a moment and just give a brief introduction of yourself, anything you'd like to say about background or family, or just tell a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm 16 years old. I live in Adairsville, Georgia. I got a big music family. My dad's a pastor of a church down here, and my brother sings with Inspirations.
Really?
And yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
But I sing Jeff Tolbert Primitive Road as of recently, and excited for the future.
Absolutely. And doing a great job. Seen several videos. I haven't had the pleasure of seeing you in person yet, but I've seen several videos. It's been taken from some live concerts, and you're doing a fantastic job playing and singing with them. And glad that you are starting out in Southern Gospel.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Trying.
So y'all know the format here, and I know we've already got a lot of comments in here, but we like to let our panel start asking questions. And I tell you what, let's do this since she pulled a fast one on us, and I like to be chivalrous on this show. Let's start with Avery. We'll go in the order tonight. Avery, Evan, Riley, and Aaron. How about that? Evan, can you keep up with that, son?
I'm going to put it in our private chat.
Can I hear it again?
I'm putting it in the private chat. Give me
All
a
right,
second.
take off,
Thank
Avery.
you.
So, okay, while Evan is typing that, so we all know that you sing now with Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road, and you play the guitar with him. Do you play any other instruments or sing other parts? I know you swap around a lot, but just tell us a little bit about that.
When I was little, like I said, my whole family sings. So I just grew up around harmony. So I sing baritone. That's really what I really try to sing, mostly baritone. And it's weird because me and Isaac both were kind of singing tenor, and it's not our like normal spot.
Right.
But yeah, I can sing all the parts, and I play the organ at my church. Try to.
Oh,
Wow.
neat.
Yeah, and piano, play that some, and guitar. Guitar was my first, and I play the bass. But
Very nice. I didn't know you played the organ. That's cool.
yeah.
I'm going to go with a question that's kind of big for a 16-year-old. Your brother, of course, is kind of, the Inspirations this year are celebrating 60 years. The Primitives, was it last year, celebrated 50. So both you and your brother have helped contribute to some big comebacks, I guess you could call, of groups. And what at such a young age, at 16, getting to revive a group like that, especially with the startup of Primitive Road, what does that mean to you? And kind of being on the road at 16, what does that entail?
Well, it means a lot because I'm a big of the old style of the music, like the Inspirations and the Primitives. I love that old style. So getting to do that means a lot because I never really listened to the contemporary stuff and the newer stuff. I just never was really raised around it. So getting to travel with the older style group is what I love to do, and
Right.
it was definitely a big prayer for a long time.
It's awesome.
I love it. It's been great.
That is awesome.
It's my turn, right?
It is.
Yeah. Wow. I pulled an Evan there for a second. So who are some of your singing inspirations as far as how you model your voice after, who you try to sound like?
My favorite singer is Gerald Wolfe.
There you go.
I love Gerald. That Greater Vision, I love that. And I love Ronnie Hutchins, lead singer with Inspiration.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Kind of a bluegrass singer, Russell Moore.
Yes.
Never
Third
know
time
them. I love Russell Moore and Dual Austin, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But any of the quartets and stuff. I like the Goss brothers. So Ronnie Goss is a cool one. I like listening to them. But
I've seen a lot of and I don't want to butt in on your question, Aaron, but I've seen a lot of young people getting into the Goss brothers recently.
Yeah.
Like a ton of young people, and I love it. That's so cool. Okay, sorry.
That may be because of me. Because I have told a lot of people these albums that they listen to, I send them to a lot of people. Nathan Dewberry, I sent him one the other day. But no, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I love the Gospel Brothers.
Man, I had no idea you were 16. First of all, that's mind blowing to me. I'll tell you the same thing that Gerald told me. Ironically, when I was 16, I guess you're a weird kid like Gerald and I were when we were your age because of the stuff you're listening to. That's really cool. Your brother has expressed that he dreamed of singing with the Inspirations from the time he was 4 years old, and as the oldest sibling of 4, I know that, my brothers and I couldn't be more different as far as our aspirations. But did you have a similar dream when you were younger, or was this just kind of something that recently came about and you're stepping into an open door, I guess?
Well, I grew up and I was all into sports, just like every other kid, pretty much. I just played sports all the time, and when Isaac started singing with the Inspirations, that's when I first kind of started. Like I said, I grew up in church my entire life, but when I saw Isaac singing, of course, when you see your brother doing something, it's always something you look at.
Yeah.
But it kind of, and I heard the Inspirations live, and it was unbelievable, and it changed my whole entire thoughts and wanting to do stuff. So I just started listening to music, and my sister's a singer. She's probably the best singer out of all of us.
Oh, wow.
I'm the youngest of 3. So that happened. So probably when I was in middle school, Isaac joined the Inspirations, and then I saw that. So that kind of sparked my interest for music, and I probably love it more than all of them because it's all I do, and they kind of get tired of it, I'm sure, sometimes. So that's how it goes. But,
wow, that's awesome. Well, we had a great first round of questions. That's a good question, y'all. And let's do this. We've got several folks joining us. We've got a big live crowd watching us. Let's pick up some of the comments, and we may even hit a question or two. But if producer Jason will start throwing those up, we will talk about them. Everything Southern Gospel, thank you so much for watching us. It's looking forward to the night. And please do what he said. Share this live out with your friends. So share this on Facebook. Share. Sharing is caring, and sharing doesn't cost a dime. So you'll help us big with that. Brianna Harrell, who just had a big birthday just a couple of days ago. She is watching, and we appreciate her and her family, and she's looking forward to the weekend. Braves fan, who I know who it is.
And that'd be the
says, hey, y'all.
Are we ever going to figure it out?
Don't know. Hannah Bradford, one of our partners in Southern Gospel Forward, is here with us, and she's saying howdy. Daniel Garrett, we appreciate him being part of the family. Thank you for
commenting. I need to send you something. Sorry, that's off topic, but I need to send him something. Thank you for commenting.
All right. Mark Loden says, good evening, guys. Mark, thank you for joining us. Tiffany Roby, thank you, Tiffany, for joining us. Howdy. Rachel Baines is joining us. We appreciate her. I already saw one of her normal questions pop up. We'll get to that shortly. Miss Harrison from Winter Haven, Florida. Thank you for being faithful to us. John Sanderlin from Alaska.
Wow.
The Solid Rock Radio Program. We thank you for your sponsorship. And, thank you for appreciate the shout out. We hope the content is worth watching and sharing. We try to make it that way. Thank you so much, Blaine. Thank you for joining us. See you. And Aunt Becky Brown from over just a state next to me says howdy from her and Hannah. Brian Park, he's watching with us. He's one of our faithful watchers. We appreciate him tremendously. Brother Nick Wilkie.
Hey.
Howdy.
Good to see you. Becky and David Harrell got on the big screen. I saw somebody I saw somebody, and we don't have this. We're not going to show this comment, but she said we need bigger pictures. Get a big screen. That's about all I can tell you. This is about all we can do. So if you're watching this on a phone or a little iPad, this is it.
They have it on in the TV in there, so
yeah, they got
hopefully
the TV.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, the Heralds do. Daddy Robert Bradford says,
hey,
howdy.
Dad.
Hey, Dad.
See you tomorrow.
Isaac Moore said, bring on the little man already when we was doing the commercials. Isaac, write us a check and we won't have to have these sponsors, son. No, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Kim Moore from Adairsville, Georgia. Yeah, thank you, Miss Kim, for joining us. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to pause here. Some friends of mine, Josh and Randa Jordan, they're close to Adairsville, Georgia, right? Aren't the Jordan family located close to you guys?
Very close. I think they're in Calhoun, which is only like 15 minutes from me.
I thought it was in the right vicinity. Kyle Goodson, he's one of our individual sponsors. He's tuned in from Panama City.
Turned up.
There you go. Joe King is from Georgia joining in. Thank you.
Joe King. That's a cool
Nelson
name.
from Arkansas. We're covering a lot of states tonight, and she's excited to learn more about Elisha. So are we.
He's great.
Oh, look at there. Glenn says, any extra donations make checks payable to Riley Wheeler for a new phone or a phone holder. But he's about got that thing stabilized, so we're hanging in there.
Y'all done jinxed it now.
Hey,
I'm not sideways, I'm vertical, but it works.
Amber and Jared Vanderslice, along with Ryan Bilby and the kids, they're on the way traveling, and they're watching us. And Miss Jaylee just got her permit, and I've told her she's going to get to drive my Mustang next time I see her.
Yeah.
We'll
Behind the wheel of the
Hannah Bradford says, Elisha, who's your favorite brother? Your sister, right? No, I'm just kidding. All right. Nick has a question. He says, what is your favorite era of gospel music, Elisha?
Oh, probably 50s or 60s.
Okay. I love it. You're speaking my language. Finley Dotson says, howdy.
Hey.
And she just joined our Southern Gospel Forward group, I believe, if I saw that correctly. Rachel asked a question, and usually hers comes later. We're going to go ahead and get this on. Elisha, do you have a favorite scripture verse or favorite hymn? And if so, maybe why?
My favorite scripture is Galatians 2:20. And my favorite hymn, that's hard to choose. Growing up in church my whole life,
right.
I don't know if I have a favorite one. That's hard to choose.
I understand. Love them all. Absolutely. Very good. Amber and Jared Vanderslice has asked, who inspired you to play? And this is from Jared, actually.
Playing the piano, probably Gerald, or I watch a lot of Gerald's stuff with the cathedrals because he did some videos of that, and I like Hovey. Listen, I can't play nothing like Hovey, but if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting Luke playing like Hovey, so I've been trying to take some notes.
That's good stuff.
That was too cool.
I like the old style, the piano playing, kind of like the Florida Boys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Guitar, I just wanted to learn something at the time.
Okay.
I was 13 years old, but I like all these guitar players. My favorite's Luke. That's just mine. But
fantastic.
Yeah, that's mine.
Well, y'all keep posting those comments. We've got some more starred, but we're going to take a pause now and get back to our panel of questions. But y'all, please just keep sharing us, if you will, on your Facebook and like that YouTube channel. And I'm going to back off now in same order to kick us off there, Avery.
Okay, so here's one that I ask most everybody. And by the way, you've been talking, I think I could probably pick your answer. If you could pick a retired or former group to sing with or play music with, who would it be and why? Like, they can't be traveling anymore.
That's hard.
I'd
say probably the Statesmen.
The Statesmen,
just because they were I don't know. They were just something new, and they're just so iconic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Which
probably
line?
them. What'd you say?
Which lineup of the Statesmen? Probably the.
I like Jack Tony.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. So that lineup probably, and I love
Okay.
Big Chief, and but probably them, or maybe the Florida Boys, somebody.
Right.
But yeah, that would be my two.
Very nice. I like hearing everybody's answers.
Mhm.
Evan, it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at different questions, and so this is just a by the way. Whenever I'm looking down, there's people who are watching the episode who are texting me. They're like, "Hey, something about this, something about," usually trying to make me laugh.
Yeah.
That's a thing for
Me
me now.
too.
So, here's my question for this second round. Tomorrow, we're gonna do something pretty cool, and you get the last little bit of input on it. So, tomorrow, stay tuned, folks, on the page. What is your favorite road trip snack, Elisha?
Probably chips. Those chip. I don't know. They're cookies.
Yeah, Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
Crunchy
The
or
blue
jelly?
one. The blue, crunchy.
Okay.
No. Boo.
Mm.
It's
And
yours.
I like
Crunchy's where it's at.
flavored goldfish.
Oh.
I'm a
Ooh,
goldfish
yeah.
person.
Wait.
I'm still 16.
Extra
so
cheddar's where it's at.
kid snacks. Goldfish.
Nice. So yeah,
How's
y'all stay
Mountain Dew?
tuned.
Mountain Dew. No, that's
Mountain
another
Dew.
drink. We
Okay.
haven't had too many.
Yeah, we haven't had
drinks.
too many drinks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try some of our favorite road trip snacks that y'all voted on, and so we might have to add some Mountain Dew because all we're living on is Dr. Pepper.
And
And
peach milk.
controversially, I'm about to make so many people mad. I don't like Dr. Pepper, so
I do. It's fun.
I used to really like it, but it's sinking now.
I think I hurt Aaron.
This guest hosting thing was a nice experiment.
Riley
Oh,
up.
it's my turn, I guess.
Yep.
Oh,
Please.
yeah. What are some hobbies outside of singing and playing that you like to do in your spare time?
I started playing a lot of golf recently this summer. I started probably a few months ago.
He's a true Southern.
And as weird as this is, everything involves music. I'm constantly doing something like that. But playing golf right now. That's all I do right now.
You want to kind of talk about last week of the SGMA tournament, how that went?
Me and Isaac was together and we started off great. Didn't finish too good. But we just got tired. But no, that was really fun. Maybe we'll do better next year.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, Aaron.
Well, let's see. I have a feeling I know how this is going to go based on the musical preferences you've expressed and your favorite era. But put together your ideal gospel group, and just to make it easy, let's say quartet. And band is optional. If you think the greatest gospel group should have a band, then put a band together for it as well.
Okay. Tenor. I'd say Prime J. Perrick. I love.
That's good.
He sings "I Met the Master."
I love
I
Jay Perrick.
love J. Perrick.
That's great.
Lead singer. I'm gonna put Gerald.
Okay.
Baritone, Mark Trammell.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard for me because I have so many favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And bass singer, Big Chief.
What a group. Interesting.
I don't know how that would sound. I think it would sound good, but
Oh, that ticket.
and piano player, Luke Ball.
Yeah. There you go.
And here's
There
the
we
thing:
go.
he can kill it
Because he
too.
can play like everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
And if we need a band, he can play the whole band. So
That's good
funny.
stuff.
That I
I like it.
expect Jay to be in that lineup. I thought it was going to be all guys from far back, but it surprised me a little bit. But I'd buy a ticket for that concert. Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Mhm.
talking to a friend the other day, and I don't think Jay realizes how legendary he is with like Avery's age and like down. Like he has became
Oh,
so
yeah.
legendary.
My mama loves Jay Perrick.
I love
And the
it.
reason I love Greater Vision
I
is
love-
she loves Greater Vision so much.
Mhm.
Jay is an awesome man of God as well. I've got to know him a lot, and yeah, he's precious. And I tell you, I'm thinking I'm one that can usually listen to voices and see if it would match or not. I do think that that Jay and Gerald and Mark and Chief and all their primes, I think that would be a fantastic sound.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be a strong sound,
Mhm.
strong blend. I tell you what, Jason, we probably won't have a ton to do, but let's go back through the comments one more time and put some up just so we can kind of stay on top of it and not lag too much. Now, this one is interesting to me. Kenneth Whited from Fife, Alabama. And the reason it's interesting to me is because my family is from Fife, Alabama. Now, I'm not from, but my great-grandfather and my grandfather, the Bouldins, are from Fife. Harold Bouldin is still there. I know a lot of folks know. So, Mr. Kenneth, if you know any of the Bouldins, then that's my family, and don't hold it against me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you for joining us from Fife, home of the Red Devils, who have won 7 out of the last 10 state championships, which is pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Good to see you, Mr. Kenneth. Neil Champion, for watching from Alabaster, Alabama. Thank you. I bet we're on the big screen there, too. Jay Lee is looking forward to driving the Mustang. Well, I don't write a check that I don't cash, so we'll have to do that some point in time. Hey, Allie Gary, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. And Whitney Holcomb, thank you so much for joining us. I bet she'll be there. Cotton Wilson, Elijah, are you going to do the chip challenge from your brother?
Me and him's the same way. We can't handle hot stuff, and I saw him, and I know I'm not doing it.
I saw the aftermath of that.
I'm trying to get out of it, but I'm very picky.
How many did he buy?
What'd you say?
How many did he buy?
I don't know.
Oh no!
I was at home, and I see they're going live, and they're sweating.
Listen,
So
I was in my office. Now I work on an administration hall, so you got to be serious. And I had an AirPod in, and it like notified me. I said, "Well, let's see what they're doing on the singing grounds." And
if y'all haven't seen it,
I was trying so hard to hold it together.
If you haven't seen that,
Poor
video,
Wyatt was.
go watch.
Yeah, poor Wyatt. When we got there, he was still struggling. I was like,
"Oh no!"
I would not have done that. I mean, he was going to pick up his car, and I was like,
I did that challenge when I was bored during the pandemic, and I think that I put it on Facebook. But anyway, I got through one corner of that chip.
Oh.
Wyatt stuck like the entire thing in his mouth and ate it. No wonder he was
yes,
suffering.
he did.
It took me.
I do wish Isaac would have ate the same chip.
Oh, he did. He was going to be bad enough, I'm sure. But yeah,
he ended up eating it, but Wyatt ate that whole chip.
I love jalapeno flavor. Maybe if you can stand a little habanero with. There is no way that I would subject myself to that chip test. No way.
I couldn't do it.
No way.
I can't do anything. I can't even do wings.
Hey,
good to see you, Blair. Thank you for joining us. Karen Wright, she's late, but she's here from Elisha, Georgia. Yeah, and she's
I met her today.
Yeah, thank you.
I met her. She was real friendly.
Bethany Cheney from Mississippi.
Hello.
We are covering the state tonight. Ooh. Favorite song to sing from Daniel Garrett. Elijah, what's your favorite song to sing, brother?
It goes through a phase.
Mm-hmm.
Same as my favorite song.
Yeah.
But probably we don't do it. The group don't do it, but I did it I've been doing it at my church recently. For All He's Done.
Yes, I love that.
That's a good one.
That is one of my favorites. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Nice.
Yep. Thanks for the question. Neil asked if you could hang out for a day with one individual gospel music artist, past or present, who would it be?
The golf tournament, I hung out with Greg Fox.
Oh, man.
That was so much fun.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yes, he's hilarious. But probably could it past or present?
Past or present, yeah.
I don't know. I'd say probably Hobie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that he was funny.
Yeah.
And I'd like to meet some of those guys.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Johanna asks, McDonald's or Taco Bell? That's her question for you, Elijah. If you're picking between McDonald's or Taco Bell.
I eat it every week.
McDonald's, you said?
Yes.
And Johanna is the one of the Vanderslice family that makes me nervous because I'm afraid she's going to take my job because I cannot match her energy. So she may be taking my position on Southern Gospel Forward. She is an awesome bundle of joy. Oh, look at that. Jared won last place. Awesome.
You better be glad I wasn't there because I would have stolen that from you.
Congratulations. And Jaylee.
Oh, hello.
Is on watching us. And Jaylee, congrats on that permit. Keep it between the lines. Ryan Wilburn says, a lot of groups you mentioned have been all male quartets or trios. Who's your favorite mixed group?
I'm not sure. I haven't listened to many mixed groups.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't really got into that yet much.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Scott Bouldin, I challenge you and Elisha to a hot sauce challenge, and that is no. I watched you, Jared, do that, and I don't subject myself to that much pain. I'm not doing it.
Jared, bring it to convention and do it at your booth because we're right across from you. Me and Joey are in on that.
Okay. Get on it. Brad Shackford says hello from Vernon, Alabama.
Hello.
Blaine said he's glad Archie wasn't watching.
I said that same thing today.
That's good. That's it. All right. So we've caught up now. Let's take a moment. We have hit on this a lot and we've talked all around the circle here, but there is an amazing event that is being brought back after several years of dormancy, coming back this week. And we've got a graphic for it because they've been sponsoring several of our episodes, but it is Singing in the Smokies, the inspiration Avery Burns family. Singing in the Smokies, July 4th through the 6th. Come hear the mountains sing again. I love it. It's going to be at the Old Inspirations Park in Bryson City, North Carolina. You can still, hopefully, if you're going, you're on your way there, but you can call the number on the screen for tickets, 828-736-1982, or you can visit singinginthesmokies.com and get your tickets. So, panel, why don't we do this? Let's talk about this. Elijah, you can start us off talking about this Singing in the Smokies, about the artist that's going to be appearing, kind of the lineup and the way the day is going to go, and just promote Singing in the Smokies.
Well, it's going to be good. I know that the first night, I know groups like the Kingsmen are going to be there. We're going to be there at the Inspirations, Chuck Wagon Gang, Griffith family, and Troy Burns family. That's going to be good. I'm ready to try Wyatt's creamsicle drink.
There you go.
But I know there's going to be a lot of things like tubing and softball games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be good. There's going to be a lot of singing. Hopefully a good crowd too.
And a few other groups. Y'all help us out on that. There's a few other groups there as well, right?
On Thursday night, Tate Emmons is going to be opening every night. He's a young artist, and we love young artists here. So he'll be opening every night, as well as the Griffith family, Jeff Tolbert, Perimeter Road, as he said on that first night, Chuck Wagon Gang, Kingsman Quartet, Troy Burns family, Inspirations, of course. On the second night, Tate will be opening again, the Griffith family. Then Hall of Famer Mark Trammell, and the Mark Trammell Quartet, as well as other Hall of Famer Gerald Wolf with Greater Vision. And then we have the Troy Burns family and the Inspirations yet again. And on the last night, we have Tate Emmons, the Griffith family, Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road yet again, Karen Peck and New River, Troy Burns family, and the thing that I am going for, because oh my gosh, guys, y'all can see, well, it's no longer behind me, but as y'all saw earlier, I am an inspiration nerd. I literally have 3 records sitting right here that I'm going to get to sign. I've read the book forward and back, backward and forward. You do not want to miss the reunion. The reunion is going to be epic. Archie, Troy, Eddie, Mike, you get to see that iconic Night of Inspiration lineup live in Bryson City, as well as other iconic lineups like Matt and Melton with Archie and Mike, and as well as the modern lineup. So all your favorite inspirations are going to be there. That's what I really wanted to heavy hit, as well as every night afterwards. If you think you're a good musician, or if you're a good musician, having a jam session with the legend himself, Mr. Luke Vaught. I'm going to fumble away on any instrument. If anyone wants to bring me a bass, please do, because I'm better at bass than guitar, and I don't have a bass. Well, I do have a bass. I just couldn't bring it all the way to North Carolina. So
it wouldn't fit in my compact
It wouldn't fit in her car. I was going to put a whole upright bass in the car. So, yeah. And then there's going to be every morning there's going to be chapels. The first morning, as well as breakfast, and every morning they'll have prayer meetings and concerts. The first morning is with Mike Holcomb. The second is with Matt Deibler and Resurrection Quartet, and then the last night is with who?
It's with Matt again.
It's with Matt again and his family. So it's going to be an awesome event, as well as a ton of food. The Inspirations have a post that they've shared. I'll go in, copy and paste it, put it in our page here in a little bit. While we're doing that. So yeah, I'm super excited for it. I didn't mean to nerd out. I didn't get talk a lot tonight.
You did a fantastic job of promoting everything about the event. It's going to be great. And the Southern Gospel Forward panel is going to be in place. And if y'all have been watching, there was a little surprise several days ago that there was Riley and Evan and Avery worked together and produced a vlog, which is SGF on the road. And look at there. We got a little graphic there for that.
So can I tell them a little bit about
Come on, you talk that up.
So this is with our vlog. I shamelessly scroll TikTok occasionally and go down these rabbit holes of trends. And I have seen, I know this is not a wedding, but we are the bride of Christ, right? Anyway, I mean, hey,
that was so dumb.
I had to connect.
That's going in the blooper reel forever.
I mean, okay, so I've seen this trend at a lot of weddings. You try to get pictures with everybody. Sometimes it's easier to just have one thing and click it through. So they take pictures with sunglasses of like who's getting married and the date. And everybody at the wedding takes pictures and they put it together. Okay, I'll put a clip in the Southern Gospel Forward, just kind of show you guys what I'm thinking about. But find me, Evan, or Riley. We will have 3 pairs of sunglasses. They will all look like that. And take your picture with the sunglasses on, and you will make it into our vlog and onto a reel on our Instagram.
Make my job hard. Fun. I'm the editor.
This is at the Singing in the Smokies.
That is for Singing in the Smokies.
Hey, I'm coming.
There you go.
Please,
I'm doing it.
Yes, we want everybody to have a picture in the sunglasses. So,
and this excites me because this really, and who knows, some of the things on the blog I may get in here or there, but this is really Riley and Evan and Avery working on this, and our young panel. They're doing a great job. And in the Singing in the Smokies, there's going to be a huge concentration of you guys, y'all that's watching us, y'all that comment, that's members of our private group, y'all that comment, y'all that support us, your fans. We want y'all on this vlog. Y'all search out and find Avery, find Evan, find Riley, talk to them. Y'all may video something. They may take your picture with the sunglasses, but when they get this vlog ready, I want to see as many of our Southern Gospel Forward family members as possible on that, because that is awesome.
That's why I pulled that idea. I thought it was fun and cute at weddings, but I was like, how cool would that be to be able to incorporate everybody into one? Because, I mean, I did get a few people in the last vlog saying hi, but I feel like there's going to be so many people.
Yes.
This would be easier to get everybody included.
Right.
Yeah.
I've texted so many people because I've never got to go to NQC, never got to go to some of these big events because of scheduling and school. this is going to be the first event I get to meet all these people, especially from ones that watch right here. And I'm so excited to meet some of these people. And there's 3 days of it. So, take as much time as you want to. I'll be signing autographs for $5.
I'm a lot cheaper than Evan. I just do it for water bottles.
Yeah, he just does it for water.
That's good stuff. So that is amazing. It's going to be a fantastic thing, and I know there's still one.
Rip.
Oh,
He
no.
froze. Oh no.
That
You're back. You're back. You're back.
I know that if you're going, I want you to pre-order your tickets because they're head counts. But here we are at the date. But did I see that like over 2,000 pre-ordered tickets?
And then the influx of people that are going to be driving in who don't buy tickets. Why haven't you? Go buy your tickets.
Yeah.
People were calling Troy and Tammy today, left and right, as they're working, putting stuff up. I mean, they are getting bombarded with people.
So this is going to be a huge crowd and a huge event. I'm looking forward to all of the content that's going to be coming, and y'all need to go and support. And if you can, I mean, I know it's during a work time, but some folks get 4th of July weekends off. I mean, some do, some don't. But anyway, it's just kind of the way that goes. But y'all, it's going to be great, and looking forward to seeing everything that comes. And hopefully this will be a regular annual event once again that will be on the regular Southern Gospel calendar. Yes, sir, Evan.
Can I throw in a note? We asked for people to come and meet us. Please tell us your names, because all we see is a tiny quarter-sized picture of you. And I mean, some of you, I know your faces just from social media, being friends with you, but some of y'all, you walk up, oh, I love you. I watched the podcast. Thank you.
We're friends on Facebook.
Please tell us your name, please, because I know names better than I know faces. So please tell us your names.
And for y'all saying that, and y'all are the young ones with the better memories. Papa, I've been going to some singings and going different places, and people come up and they shake and they start talking to me, Scott, and all this, and I'm like, I don't know you, but I've never played that game because but singing and ministering and can't remember everybody, so I always kind of go along, and that's bad, I guess. But I'm like, yes, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm just going to hope that you don't make me call your name. That's what I'm always hoping and praying for. But yeah, y'all identify yourself so we can put faces to names and become friends, because we absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, that's the funny thing, Elisha. You say that, and I get so and that's the beautiful thing about Southern gospel music is the family aspect of it. Artists are family, the fans are family. The fans have access to the artist, and it's wonderful. Yeah. But sometimes the artists get in this mind that they are BFFs with the artist. I mean, the fans get in their minds that they're BFF with the artist, and fans do become friends. But what I'm saying is, how many people do artists come in contact with through the year? Thousands and thousands. And it's so hard to remember names and every little detail. And sometimes I think fans forget that and kind of put the artists on the spot there, and anyway, that I'm sorry. I'm big on fan etiquette, and I need to hush because I won't go into all that. But I've seen it. I've seen it at the tables, where that happens, and kind of puts folks on the spot. Which some artists are wonderful and they play along, and then some I've seen some no, I don't remember you, and just get in there and just be honest about it. So good stuff. Comments before we get back into the panel questions. Got anything you want to pop up there, my brother? Just a few. All right. Elijah, what's your favorite primitive song? Primitive quartet song, I guess, or Primitive Road, or Primitive, however you want to answer that. You answer that.
Primitive Road hasn't done it yet. I'm hoping we do this week. It's We've Been So Blessed.
There you go. That's a good one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bethany Cheney, what is your favorite Southern gospel music album? Can be vinyl, CD, or cassette tape. You got a favorite?
Inspirations, Wake Up in Glory.
There you go. That's a good one as well.
That was the first record I ever listened to.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. A great album.
Oh my. Mr. Cook says that the Poison Control Center actually has an article on the One Chip Challenge. Okay. I don't really know what to do with that, but
have you survived all these years, Aaron?
Barely.
Okay.
maybe don't take that challenge. I almost popped Megan up a while ago when I was trying to star her, but she was a little late getting on. Megan, we thank you for joining us. She's a faithful supporter, Bride of Christ. Blaine had to say LOL, but I thought it was good. And in fact,
I mean,
I think, Daniel, hey, y'all getting beat out. Okay.
look, mine, I won't have. I'm going to bring those alcohol sanitizing wipes and wipe them down. Okay.
That's great. Tiffany Roby says, what a segue. And I do believe that. That was great, Avery. I thought it was well thought out, and you hit a home run with that. I mean, I got
the only home run you hit this week. If they let people play the softball game, y'all best know.
They will. They
Bro,
will.
Elisha, have you seen that picture of Jack Laws when he's playing? It's on the original Singing in the Smokies album. There's a picture of Jack playing softball, and he is just, I mean, it's a home run in the picture. It's a goal to have one of those moments this week. Like, I don't even know if I'm playing in the game. But I'll at least go on the field.
Better.
Oh my goodness.
Tell them when you drop at a T-ball.
You gotta love the softball games. That's maybe nobody will get injured.
They don't want me playing, that's for sure.
Phyllis Smith, Elijah, I love to hear you sing "More Precious Than Gold." You do it beautifully.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Phyllis, for
Yes, he does.
posting that. He does a fantastic job on that. We had McDonald's and Taco Bell. Now we got McDonald's or Waffle House.
That's gonna hurt you.
I had Waffle House last night, so probably Waffle House.
I'd have to do none of the above. Whew.
Really?
Well, we won't go into that. But
Okay.
anyway, always positive on here. I got to be careful. I'm going to be the one tonight that goes off a trail that we don't need to go on. So let me just.
And I'm not good at reeling in, man. You can't do that to me.
Oh my goodness. If you have your gallbladder out, you won't eat at certain places, and we're going to move on from there. So let's go on now with another group of questions. And what is this? Wait a minute. Something got my attention. What is he talking about? Preach it, Scott. This broadcast.
What?
What am I preaching? What was that? He's gonna. I didn't. Blaine, speak up and tell us in a minute what you're referring to on that. All right, panel. We gotta save this. We're going off in a creek here. Avery, you got a question in your hip pocket.
I do. You said to come up with new questions, and this one wasn't one that I had planned. But because of some of the comments, I decided to ask, how often do you get called Elijah rather than Elisha? I mean, they're both Bible prophets that kind of sound similar.
Elijah's pretty much every day, especially when we are singing. But I'll tell you what, it's more than anything is Elisha.
Elisha.
Yeah, that's a joke around here because when I was in public school, I just started homeschooling this year. I've always been in public school. So before that, substitute teachers, every time we'd have a sub, I'd start videoing because they call me Elisha. And I have probably 10 videos of getting called Elisha in class. And I just got to the point where I'd say she's out today. So
that's great.
So, yeah. I actually got called Elisha today at Chick-fil-A. So
good night.
Wow.
Good night. Good stuff.
My pleasure.
Evan, you're up.
So as you are to kind of tie in Singing in the Smokies with this, is there singing in the Smokies at such a young age? I think other than Tate, you're the youngest person that will be singing on that stage. Is it cool to see other people your age starting to, come into this younger spotlight in Southern Gospel?
It's awesome. That's what, because I want to carry this on so bad because it's not a popular thing to do anymore. And seeing that is awesome. Mm-hmm. And getting there to be there at a young age, it's so cool.
And I love it. Y'all know my heart is with you guys and the young folks. Y'all know that. I think I've got that t-shirt. But one thing that I love too, and what I'm seeing is, yes, I love the inflow influx of young Southern gospel artists. But I love the influx of young Southern gospel artists who are not only coming in to sing the fun harmonies and sing the music that they love, but they love the Lord and they stand for his word unapologetically, because young folks are being pressured. Even in church today, we just went through a month that pushed things like pride. Maybe this won't kick us off of Facebook tonight, and some churches are saying that as Christians, it's an act of love to affirm that. And that is absolutely against the word of God. And young people can be eaten up and kind of fall in prey on that false gospel, heretical teaching. And I'm thankful I'm seeing such a huge number of young Southern gospel artists who are true to the word of God and truly love the Lord and truly represent him as ambassadors. And I think Elijah is one of them. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud to see that from our young artists. I really am. Okay, I just preached then. That now is when you start preaching.
Swain, here's your chance.
Amen. So,
all right. So I think we're on Riley.
Yeah.
Yes, it's me. So there are a lot of good gospel music events throughout the year, and you've not probably got to do many of the big ones yet, but what is your favorite event you've ever attended or that you've ever got to attend?
My first one that I ever sang at was Big and Live with the Kingsmen.
Really?
Imagine how nerve-wracking that was. You were there. Yeah, that was my first one. I'm sure this will probably be my favorite one coming up.
Yeah.
But I'd say probably we did one in West Virginia. It's on Facebook. It was outdoor.
Yes.
That one was really good. The Spirit was there from the beginning, and I love that one. And we got to be with Inspirations, so we actually rode with them that week. So that was really good. And one was saved that night.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
That made the night.
The reason you do it, man.
Amen.
That's right.
Well, Riley stole my question because I was going to ask you what your favorite event was that you've ever attended or sang at. So I'll change it a little bit. What is actually, let's go top 3 favorite projects or albums in gospel music.
Ooh.
Okay. Blue Ridge Quartet, Heaven in a Dream.
Ooh, yes, sir.
How does a 16-year-old know what that is? Wow.
I love Elmo Fag. He is one of my favorite lead singers.
Overlooked.
The Oak Ridge Boys, Sing and Shout.
Okay.
Yes.
And Inspirations, Wake Up in Glory.
There you go. I am quickly becoming even a bigger Elisha Moore fan because he is solid on his music, pulling out the Blue Ridge Quartet.
Me and you just might talk albums this weekend, man. I didn't realize you had so much.
Hey, let's do it.
Up in there, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with Mr. Ed Sprouse that sung tenor with the Blue Ridge. Okay, he is from my area. Actually,
is he the one that was jumping and shouting all the time?
He was more he was a little more laid back, I think, in his presentation. But he was tenor. He sung, I forget how many years, but he sung with Elmo. He sang a period even when Hamill was in there and George Yance and just several of those lineups. But anyway, he's from our area and a member of our county Hall of Fame. So that's cool.
We have a lot from around here.
Yeah, I love when these young folks know the history and know good music from the past. That is awesome. Glad Aaron threw that question up. So I'm going to step in before Avery takes another one and ask you this, because one of my favorite things is watching and talking about Southern gospel and the family and watching how our older generation of artists at times purposefully pour in time to the younger artists, personally mentoring, personally encouraging, giving the pats on the back, giving the opportunities. And I just wondered, I know you've kind of had short time as far as since you stepped on the road as a member of Primitive Road, but any particular artist from what we would call the older, maybe established generation that comes to mind as far as being an encourager to you as you're getting started?
Jeff's been a big encourager
Mhm.
because he started the same age that I did, 15.
Okay.
I was 15 when I started, and I turned 16 in May. So Jeff was big with that, and then being the inspirations, they have helped me a lot. Luke has always given advice, just something to do, helping, and ways to be valuable to the group and stuff. And
That's great.
yeah, and Josh Gardner has said his stuff too.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Anyway, no,
I wouldn't call it, Joshisms is what I would call it.
all jokes aside, Josh is an
Does.
encourager.
He really does.
Oh yeah,
young people. He is. He
I'm
loves
not
the young
having a
people.
conversation.
And he's an encourager.
Literally right before this episode with an artist who said the exact same thing, that
That's
Josh has a way, especially with young men, of just taking you under your arm like a cool uncle and being like, look, there's going to be things that suck and there's going to be things that you're not going to like, but you're going to press through and you're going to be a good artist, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly how it does it.
Yeah.
That's great. Fantastic. Well, Avery, we'll go another round.
All right. So we heard you can play the organ, which was kind of something I didn't know about you. But do you have any other hidden talents that maybe most people don't know about you?
I don't think so. Not off the top of my head. I can make a weird noise with my finger on my head.
There you go.
I
Okay.
used to do it in school. It's weird, but I'll show you at the Singing of the Smokies.
There you go.
I'll
Gotta be
see ya.
singing
It's
the
going in
song.
the vlog. Mark my words, going in the vlog.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
That's all I had.
Oh, it's my turn.
He
now.
cuts his
really
own
don't have-
hair.
Oh, that's
I do
cool.
cut hair. I cut my own hair.
Oh, wow.
Riley, I made the some of my hidden talents on your little thing. I don't remember what I put on. It took me a minute to think of them.
Evan?
I'm trying to think of some. Okay, I've got a good question. Having a brother that is with an iconic quartet like the Inspirations, is there some things that you have learned about being a family member in gospel music? You know, having someone else in the family. Is there something you've learned from maybe him or a member of his group, something like that?
Yeah, I've learned it about everything I do, especially with singing from him, because, like I said, we kind of the same way of that wasn't our natural range, And with me being so young, voice changing and everything happened, so he helped me tremendously with that. I'm nowhere near good, but he's helped me improve on that. And but Isaac's a huge help for everything with things to do, things not to do, and way to be respected and good decisions to make.
I want to say, and someone will have to correct me, you and Isaac may be the first set of brothers that aren't in a family group with two family members that are in two separate groups that have ever done Singing in the Smokies that I can think of. Because a lot of people I know of have sang in like the same. So that's pretty cool. Like y'all are the first set of.
That's awesome to be at the first Singing in the Smokies back with each other.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. It's weird how it all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
We were on the cruise, and I went with Isaac and them. They let me go with them. So I begged my principal for letting me get out of school that week, literally, and I got to go with them. And that's when Jeff kind of started talking to me a little bit. So it just worked out.
Sounds like God has ordered your steps, young brother.
He did, for sure.
Absolutely. Riley?
So this is completely unrelated to singing at all, but why do you hate pizza?
Red sauce.
What? Elisha, I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
I know.
You don't like
I
pizza?
told you I'm picky. I try
love-
not to be.
No,
If we're eating at somebody's house, I will eat it, no matter what.
Well-
And if I'm at anybody's house, I'll eat it.
Try this.
I thought I was the
Try
only one.
try homemade pizza, and instead of red sauce, put Alfredo sauce on it.
I love that.
that's
now
good.
on the cruise,
Okay.
there's this pizza. It's all cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I ate that every single night.
So it's
Around
just
4 in the
red
morning
sauce
playing
that
Mafia.
So you just like
I watched
breadsticks?
him do it.
Riley, you watched it. Yeah. What'd you say?
So you just like breadsticks?
No. I like breadsticks, yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's
But-
isn't that a breadstick? Like without the red sauce, without the toppings, it was just bread and cheese.
Like
a
I like
breadstick,
no
right?
red sauce other than ketchup. Like ketchup, I eat with steak. I eat with chicken. But like
No.
I don't eat the red sauce at Mexican restaurants. No marinara sauce.
Wow.
Nothing like that. I just can't do it.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That's funny.
Well, I'm taking you to the closest Mexican restaurant. We're getting salsa, and I'm gonna get you
I'll get
everything
cheese
that
dip.
got the color
Cheese
red.
dip.
Cheese dip.
But
I
you're
love
But
right.
I
cheese
will
dip.
eat it if I have to. And if I'm around somebody that made it, I'll eat it. I may not like it.
Evan,
Aaron?
you're that you don't like Dr. Pepper, so you have no room to chastise him for his pizza preferences.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Touche.
Aaron, I think you're up.
I think I am up, man. I people keep on stealing my question ideas, but it's been a good conversation. I'll ask one. I don't know how often we've asked this on the show, but what is your salvation testimony? I know you grew up in church, but I mean, I grew up in church and didn't get saved till I was 15, and that day I spent driving around town getting my friends to come to a youth rally. So, I mean, God can save anybody, anywhere, anytime, no matter what their background. So what is your salvation testimony?
Well, like I said, grew up in church my whole life and raised around the family. My dad is a pastor and preacher, and my mom, you'll hear her testify in church. And but that's not good enough to save somebody. And
Yes, sir.
9 years old, I realized that I was lost, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to play with Legos in church anymore. And I just got convicted, and I got saved. I actually went one time, and I didn't get saved, and the second time I did, which was later on, a few months later. And then through everything was fine, and just an innocent kid. And then when I got into high school, my life just completely changed. I started wanting to do music, and I ended up quitting all the sports I played. I played basketball, football, and baseball for the school. And I got miserable, and I couldn't do it no more. And when I did that, when you lose a lot of friends when you start trying to be a Christian in public
That's
school.
right.
It's just how it goes. And I realized I just needed to do more for the Lord. And eventually I quit the sports that I was doing. That got that out of the way, so I had time. And if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So I'm not really good speaker. I try to just let the songs do the talking, but that's what I have to say about that.
Amen. That's a fantastic testimony, and
Love
praise
that.
God for it. Thank you so much for sharing.
Reminder, he's 16, y'all. Like to all our
16.
viewers, like that's a 16-year-old that just said all that.
Absolutely.
That's what I keep going back to too, man. It's really, and that's why I like the forward thing so much is hearing from guys like you and even younger people like Priscilla Franks. Just the wisdom and the maturity that comes across from people so young in age on the show is just really cool, and it's a testament to both the community that this music is built and the message and the music that's permeating their lives, but also a testament to how they were raised. It's a big reflection on your parents and how they raised you and Isaac, and same for the other guests that we've had, man. I'm really glad you came on here, and I'm glad you shared that. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be on here.
Fantastic. I'm going to do something, and I'm not going to ask permission. I'm going to, I may get in trouble over this, seriously, and these folks are within striking distance of me, but producer Jason and junior producer Dawson. They help out. We have another thing that we've done a few times, the Southern Gospel Spin, and that's kind of spun out a little bit, and it's my fault just because of having so many things going and keeping this going and just my focus. But Jason is a friend to Southern Gospel music, to so many artists and does a fantastic job co-hosting with me on the other. So I'm going to play producer for just a second and bring Jason and Dawson in to our show.
Please.
And
It didn't work.
I won't. Oh, you didn't have to take your hat off, buddy. It's all right. Well, we can see your face now. But we appreciate Jason and Dawson for running our board. And I'm going to unmute him and let him ask Elijah a question.
Sure. Well, first I'll say, Elijah, it's been great getting to know you and tonight, and just say thank you for coming on and being a part of the show tonight. But just with you being a young artist, is there any advice that you would give to any of the other young artists that are in the industry today?
Be yourself, do the music you love to do, and stay humble. And remember, God's the reason we do this. And
absolutely,
that's it.
Good deal.
I love it. Straightforward answer, but powerful and true and 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Jason, you aren't mad at me, are you?
No, absolutely not. I'll get you after it's over with.
All right. Because y'all, we are sitting, because they noticed in our pre-show talk, if you see the walls kind of look the same, this is the SBM studios. Jason and I actually sit in the studios, and he's in another room at the board. So we can almost reach out and touch one another. So he may get me when we get
And I'll say, because I did not get to say anything before we started tonight, but Aaron, it's good to have you on with us tonight too. Yes. I miss the humor in the comments tonight, though.
Yeah.
That's right. He always keeps things lively, and when you get a few more of the Southern Gospel industry going back and forth, it can almost get our attention. Sometimes we're watching the comments and we're being entertained. So absolutely.
I've been burned. Is that even the thing? I've been burned by this man more than once. And I take it.
Listen, I'm just glad he was sitting there laughing and not typing in the comments when I said the bride of Christ. I see it coming, man.
That's good stuff. All right. Well, I'll let Jason and Dawson get back to producing, and we appreciate y'all. Y'all doing a great job.
Y'all are doing good.
All righty, and I better hit mute, or I'll hear y'all talking about me in there. All right, so now can we put some more comments up? We got some things starred that we haven't hit yet, Brother Jason?
We can do that.
Hey, Grady Nance. He's mentioned to you before, keep your humble spirit. Absolutely. Humility is a rare trait these days. God is using your talent for his glory. And also, how do you manage school on the road? And you've hit on that a little bit with your converting to homeschool, but you can speak on that.
So the first weekend that I went with Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road, I was still in public school, and it was our spring break. And we were in, I believe we were in Alabama, and we were actually at the hotel, and I called Mama on the phone. I was like, Mama, I need to be homeschooled because I want to do this. And my brother did that his senior year, and I originally wasn't going to get to do that homeschool. They wanted me to finish public school, and but this came up, so they let me do it. And but I just do that throughout the week, probably 3 days of the week, and then sing. But right now it's the summer, so but it's very easy.
and don't and to our I love teachers. I love private school teachers, public school teachers. I love it all, and everybody needs to make their own choice what they want to do. But what have you noticed since you converted to homeschool, how much shorter time it actually takes to do the learning than like the 7-8 hour school day of all that extra time? Have you noticed how much fluff goes into that, and how much when you really just dig down and do the work, it's like, it just don't take as long, does it?
No.
Anyway, that's enough I'll say about the Federal Department of Education. But anyway, moving right along to our comments. Robert Bradford,
Ooh.
who is the better athlete? You or
He'll
Isaac?
argue with me, but I'm gonna say me
There you
because I
go.
played more sports.
Own it.
Wasn't
Own
he
it.
just a baseball guy?
No, I played baseball. I was a quarterback. I was a
Look out.
I played center field, and I played basketball.
What position? Probably
In
point.
basketball,
Yeah.
I was a guard.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say you were one or two.
I switched from that to big man because I was so much taller than everybody.
Okay. Cool. Blaine. Oh, on the preaching, when he was about the relationship with artists and fans, they forget to meet thousands. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I need to write a book on Southern gospel fan etiquette.
I start talking in a minute about that athlete comment. So.
He might do it if he's still on there. Blaine asked, how's it been traveling with someone like Jeff and the godly example he is on and off the bus? Talk a little bit about that. Those that might not know Jeff Tolbert very well.
It's awesome. He is the same on stage as he is off stage.
Mm-hmm. Awesome
Joking
guy.
around, fun to be around, and very godly. And they live how they talk on stage, that's for sure. And that's good to be around for me too. So,
amen. Bella and Finn blogs. Obvious that Elijah's passionate about gospel music, and that's why he's so well versed in the songs and artists, both young and old. Absolutely. You can tell that he's a fan of the music, and I love it. I love that. Love it.
Thank you.
Oh, the vlog was great. Thank you there.
Look, if you think that was great, we're about to create I'm not even going to call it a vlog. This is going to be a movie. What else would I call it? A movie,
he said.
Documentary. I mean, even starring.
I have a speaking role this time.
Right. This is going to be featuring Elisha more in the movie, so you're going to want to watch it, man, you know?
And my hidden talent.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dale Watkins.
Dale, that's my cousin.
Smokies. Yeah, where the mountains sing. We're good on that. Well, our comments are slowing down, but y'all we still got a big crowd on, so y'all keep sharing this on Facebook if you will, and you can put them comments up. Elijah, you got just a little bit more time with us, or we need to?
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Does our panel have another question or two in the pocket?
I've got at least one.
Okay, come on with it.
Yeah.
So this is another question I think I've asked every guest we've had on here. So you kind of alluded to you quit everything to sing, but imagine you couldn't travel and sing. What would your job be? Like a normal job?
And I know this is going to be weird to y'all because I am young, but me and Isaac do the same thing. We did funeral home.
My man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aaron's the same.
I was going to say, Aaron ain't going
I've
to
worked at the funeral home.
Yeah, that I would probably be doing that.
Very nice.
I love dead people.
People are dying.
My man.
I think Riley's been awake too long.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. I don't know about y'all. This air is great.
The best thing about you is your background tonight. I'm kidding.
Wow.
If y'all hear a bunch of noise, it's my family.
Look, at one of the jams, me and Riley will just fight it out, y'all. I'll let Elisha referee or something.
I thought we were going to sing a duet.
If y'all hear a bunch of noise, it's my family. I got my house here. I'm in my brother's house right now.
Yeah.
And my sister's living behind me right now because they're building a house. So
excellent.
They're outside right now. So
noise is okay. Hey, Evan.
Yeah.
I think you're up.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry, I was scared of Riley. You say that you're big influenced by a lot of Southern gospel artists, and that's pretty much the only genre you listen to. I know better than that. That you're probably a little bit of country music in you. Are there some non-gospel artists that you take a little bit of inspiration from?
I know you're gonna love it, and you know this. It's Elvis Presley.
I know this, right? Yep.
It's Elvis Presley. And I do like the clean country music, good country music, old country music, Merle Haggard, the good guys. But yeah, I love Elvis Presley.
Perfect. Mr. Riley.
That.
So, obviously, we got to spend some time together on the Singing at Sea cruise this past year. What was your favorite part of the Singing at Sea cruise this last year?
I love jamming every night.
That was fun.
I didn't like getting seasick.
No.
That
I'm so scared I'm gonna get sick, man.
it was bad at first, but just get you some of those bracelets, everybody. I stole some from somebody. I found them, and I just wore them.
Do you get sick in the car?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
What about
no.
well, no, y'all don't have are y'all on a bus yet?
Are we
Yeah.
about to be in a? It's not a bus because we really don't need that.
Right.
But it's a motorhome kind
Right.
of.
Yeah.
It's a bigger one. It's got
Which-
bunks, everything we need.
If you've traveled with your brother, you've got to ride on the bus. So do you get sick on bus?
No, I really don't.
Huh. Wow.
That might be because I'm just so distracted. Because when you're on that bus, there's so much going on.
Yes, there is.
Luke's usually playing an instrument, so that means I'm back there singing with him.
Aaron, are you out of questions, or you got anything else you might want to add?
So, did you, since this is kind of a Singing in the Smokies promo broadcast, did you ever go to the event when it was being held before?
I didn't. Isaac and Abigail did one time.
Gotcha.
But I never did.
Wow.
I wish I did. We didn't really go to many concerts growing up, so
Okay.
there's really not as many around here.
I think I probably went to the last year that they had it in the park before they did away with it for a bit, because it was the Kingsmen that night and Archie and them were, Archie had come back by then, so but that was the only time I've ever gotten to be there.
I've never even been to NQC.
Oh, okay. So that was going to be my other question. If
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So-
me either.
I went to the there was a fall festival, I think.
In
Or
20
was
Yeah.
it?
That
That was
to
when
that.
the Inspirations like blew up. Was that
It was.
NQC?
Yeah,
That and
You went to the
one
reunion showcase last year. Yeah.
That was the only time. So this year will be my first time actually seeing that. So
good.
I'm
Man.
Me too.
excited
Yeah,
to
this will
that
be my first
stage.
year as well.
Well, let's do this and let's make a segue, because we really need to start kind of promoting this. But guys, with National Quartet Convention less than 3 months away, our Southern Gospel Forward family, all you that watches us and those that's in the private group, that go away. There we go. All right. We are going to be at NQC. Hey, that rhymed. Booth 604 in the Greenbrier room. It's in the rear area of the room, and we are getting geared up for that. Going to be there. We're going to have some things planned through the week, maybe some little spots of gathering. We definitely want y'all to come by and see us, speak to us. I want to meet all, young and old, all of our folks. Who knows? We'll probably have the GoPro set up and be doing some little captures there to be used on shows coming up. We'll probably have a show or two from NQC. I'm sure the young folks will do a vlog from there as well on some of the stuff that happened through the week. So would y'all please just make sure that you come by and see us at booth 604 in the Greenbrier Ballroom. Looking forward to it. It'll be here before you know it.
Look, I haven't talked to Matt Fouch since our last episode.
Yeah.
But maybe he could sell the branding to us since he no longer does it.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that rhymes. And the only thing that came to mind we can't use. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, on the couch with Fouch. The only kind of
Does
seat
anyone
that
have
I
a
can think
Ford?
of rhymes with my name, and we aren't going to use that.
Anyone got a Ford truck? I can just do it out of the pickup. On the Ford with Brad Ford.
Oh my God. Okay, you just saved you just saved Avery from the whole bride. That was, come on, man. That was
Sorry, y'all. I've been up since like 6.
Yeah, I woke you up at 7. Thank you.
Whatever.
So let's reset this thing. And again, we have talked tonight a good bit about singing in the Smokies, but we do want to remind everyone that July 4th through the 6th in Bryson City, North Carolina, at the Inspirations Park, Old Inspirations Park, Singing in the Smokies returns. This is a joint effort from the Inspirations and the Troy Burns family, and they're doing a great job. Troy and
Amazing
Tammy would
setup.
have loved. Troy and Tammy would have loved to have been with us tonight, but they are busy setting
You
up.
haven't bought your tickets yet. You're waiting. Go buy them.
They are busy setting up and working on it. And so we just, but they want you to know that they want to see you at Singing in the Smokies. And, you know, obviously Troy Burns Family Inspirations are sponsoring this, but you've got Jeff Tolbert and the Primitive Road. So Elisha's going to be there.
Yeah.
And, hey, there's a
Look
nice
at you.
picture of the guys. Look at that. And I love
Look
the
with an
background.
iPhone. Look at that.
Yeah, man, that's a good promo picture. But they are going to be there. You get to meet Elisha and Jeff and all the gang. So we want to thank them because for the last 3 months they have sponsored us. I mean, Troy and Tammy has sponsored us as part of Southern Gospel Forward. If there is ever a friend to young people in Southern Gospel music, it is Troy and Tammy Burns. They love young fans and young artists, and they absolutely will show you that if you give them the opportunity. And they've shown us that by supporting us at Southern Gospel Forward. So we appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely.
The whole group is great. Honestly, Ethan and Daniel don't get enough credit either. A lot of people say, you know, Troy and Tammy. Daniel and Ethan are working just as hard. And I've got to see that firsthand. Those two guys are awesome people.
Ethan is one of the
love them too.
greatest
I want to shout them
sound
out
guys.
too because their names haven't been said, but I love Ethan and Daniel and all they do for Troy Burns family as well.
Ethan is one of the greatest sound guys.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, I learned more about sound in 2 months with him than I've learned being behind a board my whole life in church.
That was fantastic. So, and usually toward this part of a show, we like to promote. Right now, Jeff Tolbert, Primitive Road do not have an active website, but I think they may be working on that. That's maybe coming down the road. But there is
a lot of things coming.
Yeah, got a lot of things coming. There's Facebook page. Look up Jeff Tolbert and Primitive Road on Facebook, and you can like and follow them and keep up with everything going on with the group until the website's established. But Elisha, is there anything particularly you would like to promote or talk about Primitive Road? What's on the horizon? What y'all have got going?
We have the Mountain Homecoming, or the Mountain Christmas. That's December 12th through the 14th. That's with the Inspirations and Pigeon Forge.
Okay.
That's been really good. And actually, we went there this year. I wasn't with the group, but Isaac was there, so our whole family went, and our family got up to sing that night. And
Awesome.
That was I was there.
It's on Facebook everywhere, and never knew that just a few months later I'd be singing with them. So that was really cool. But that, and the big one is Fontana. That's August 15th through the 18th. And that's with the Inspiration. There's going to be preaching every morning. There's going to be good food. And that's at Fontana. Get your tickets for that. Reservations. And that's going to be really good. Preaching, singing, good food, and everything you need.
Fantastic.
Have the shout right there. That's all you need.
There you go.
Yeah.
And definitely, if you will, let Jeff know that we appreciate him sharing you with us and letting you come on and represent the group. You've done a fine job. I tell you, Elijah, you're a joy. You're a joy to be around, and you represent your age group really well. I've enjoyed getting to know you and look forward to meeting you and in person and getting to know you more. So, yeah. And also, you talk about this sister that is the better singer than you and Isaac. I want to hear her sing. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
So
go on my Facebook. I'll share it later. She is good.
Okay. Very good.
And my mama and daddy.
Yeah, very good. Very good. let's see. Anything else we need to reset? We did talk about a few things. If you're still with us, it's still, if you're getting to the end of this, coming along, and if you haven't shared on Facebook, please share this broadcast, SBM Studios, and you can like us there, and you'll catch all the future episodes. And then also on YouTube, y'all watching on YouTube, even if you're not watching on YouTube, would you take just 5 seconds and go to your YouTube channel that you watch, whether it's on your app on Roku or whether it's on iPhone, iPad. If you'll just go and look up SBM Studios on YouTube and click subscribe, that would help us tremendously as we are working to build our audience.
That's where we post all of our on the road vlogs. So
yes,
you
will see the vlogs on YouTube before you see them on Facebook for sure. The YouTube gets the exclusive releases on the vlogs. That's the way that's going to work. So that's an incentive, right? That's right. Subscribe so you're first to see the vlogs. And then also for y'all, those of y'all with the t-shirts, and I've already seen a comment or two that I'm going to go back and pick up. And that's a great way. If you want to comment, if you would like for us to contact you about the t-shirts, we're going to make posts on that on our SBM Studios page.
I want one.
And yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I think you're going to get one, buddy. Yeah, Papa is going to fix y'all up. But anyway, but for y'all, please, if you would help support us by getting one of those t-shirts, the Southern Gospel Forward shirt. It's going to have the motto on the back. It's going to be high quality. We want this to be something that you're proud to wear, not something that's going to peel off in a week or two. So we're getting you a high quality shirt that's going to last. And we would like for you to join in on the family and get one of that. Leave a comment here or send an email to sbmin.13@gmail.com or send any of us a Facebook message or just get up with us. We'd love for you to have one. I think I hadn't really talked about this officially. I did talk about my wife Janice is going to help us as a little office manager on keeping up with this, and then Avery said she's good at it too, so I think Janice and Avery might can tag team that as far as the office work on that and the order keeping up with and all that kind of good stuff. So I think I've reset anything. Is there anything that I've skipped over?
My favorite part of every episode, but I don't know.
I forgot.
Elisha's keen for that.
Go. Mm-hmm. You want me to do it or you want to do it?
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Elisha, this is your big moment.
Okay.
This is your big moment. We always allow at the end of the show for our guest to turn the tables. Oh, how the turntables. And ask our panel a question. So you can ask us any question. You can ask one of us. You can ask the whole group. You can switch it up and ask us individual questions. Anything that you want to put us on the spot and ask us a question.
Dun, dun, dun. This is difficult because I know Riley and I know Avery and Evan. I'm not too familiar with Scott and Aaron.
Right.
So I need to get more. I need to meet y'all.
Yeah. And so you can ask something you might not, you don't know us. So it could be something for these. Aaron and I are the two old guys in the room, I guess. So
Scott,
yeah.
What makes you love gospel music and what makes you want to do all this stuff for gospel music?
Okay.
And what sparked your interest?
Absolutely. I love it. My family was a singing family, road warriors, not professionally, not full time, but the Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend warrior groups. I grew up with that around it. As the youngest age I remember is standing on the pew watching them sing. And then I got an opportunity to travel with it. Like I said, I love the music because I love the style. I love the sound. The harmonies captured me. I'm doing this fast, so it won't take too much time. There was a time as I became an adult that I transitioned from being a fan of the music alone to being a fan of the message of the music and the gospel that was presented through it, and learning and meeting people and seeing so many people that truly live what they sing and their heart for God, connected with the family. Why I do this. I'm secular. I'm a bank guy. I'm an executive officer of a regional bank in Alabama. That's my day job. Most folks don't know that because they don't talk about it a whole lot, but that's what I do. If I could do anything in the world, it would be this. It would be I'm not going to be someone, I don't have the singing chops to be on the stage at NQC. I just don't. I really don't. But I have a heart for the music. I love the artist. I love the fans. And I especially love young folks. I spent many years as a youth minister, youth pastor, and then associate pastor at church, led worship. I love young people. My heart is to mentor and pour into young people, introduce them to this message, because I've never met a young person who was properly presented Southern gospel music with no bias, not with the negativity that, you know, we got to do current stuff or whatever you want to do that, but positively presenting Southern gospel music. I've never met a young person who didn't at least appreciate it. Even if they didn't just love it, they at least appreciated it. Mm-hmm. And I want to expose more people, more young people, to Southern gospel music, because I believe in it. I believe in the message. I believe in the artist that presents it. And I believe that the future is bright in Southern gospel music. If you don't believe it, look across, get a Singing News magazine. I mean, if you get a Singing News magazine and you start looking at it, well, look on the cover of this month with the Collinsworth family, and look at the ages of the young members of that family. Open it up and start flipping through and seeing how many people of the age of Aaron, which is still young in my view, because he's much younger than me, and then Elisha. And you look at so many, I'm not going to name artists because I'll leave somebody out, but you look, the future is bright in Southern gospel music because of the number of young people who have a heart for the Lord, who are maintaining humility, and who have a passion for presenting the gospel in song. So I believe in it. I want to provide a platform. That's the whole reason I contacted first Avery and then Evan and then Riley about getting this started, to have this platform. And I'm thankful to the Lord. I thank the Lord every day at how it's been accepted by the Southern gospel artists and by the fans, because I hope this is something that lasts and keeps growing the community of young folks in Southern gospel. So that was a long answer. So I'll hush now.
I enjoyed it. That's what I was wanting to hear. How about you, Aaron? What's your interest for this, and why do you do it?
Well, I have always, like I mentioned earlier, I've been a weird kid musically. As I mentioned in the episode that I was a guest on, I grew up listening to the Dillards and the Statler Brothers as my favorite secular groups, and the Dillards were all, you know, gone by the time that I knew they existed, really, except for Rodney, I guess. And then the Statlers are retired. So when I discovered gospel music when I was 13, with Legacy 5, that was, you know, the gateway to all of it. And so I fell in love with it back then. And I mean, it doubled, even tripled the love for it when I finally got saved when I was 15, like I mentioned earlier. And then it became a calling, you know, not just a hobby. I wanted to do this. And so the end of this month will mark 9 years that I've been on the road singing. Wow. And we've talked about this. It's been talked about on the show, and I think we talked about it in my episode. 2020, especially like with Fall Festival, I'm looking around, and yes, it wasn't the regular convention, but I was looking around and seeing how many young people were at that event, even though it was the COVID substitute for the regular convention, and thinking, you know, maybe this is just because there's so many of these young people that are, you know, kind of having to be clustered up with their family and their grandparents are playing this music for them and they're interested in it. But how is this going to carry forward after all this is over with, after this pandemic's over with, we kind of get on with our lives? And then coming back to convention the next year, the regular convention, and there was a lot of those same young people that were there, and every year it's just kept growing. And so seeing this show come up at a time like this, it's striking while the iron is hot, and building this community for not just the young people that have been around it a long time, but the ones that are just now getting into it and looking for a place to, you know, feed their interest in this music. So I guess my answer to that is why I want to do it is I want to be part of building that community and seeing. And even as long as I've been listening to the music and as long as I've been part of it, it's the same voices saying, oh, this music is dying or whatever. Look around you.
You're right.
It's and I guess because of COVID and their unique circumstances, like I said, the grandparents playing the music, and Gerald Wolf has said this a lot. If they're exposed to good quality gospel music, they'll appreciate it and they'll love it. And
100%.
so I would think, you know, the industry is dying or whatever has been around as long as the music has been around, probably, and the audience is getting replaced with the upcoming generation, but right now it's like exponentially being replaced. And so if I can be part of helping to promote the future, not just by singing the music, but by building a community of the next generation and bringing them into this music and helping them carry it forward, I feel like that's as much a part of my calling as singing the music is and being part of it. So another long-winded answer, but I guess that would be mine.
Thank you. All right, you got a quick one for the three that you know? Put them on the spot.
I'm trying to figure out who I want to do first. Evan, what is your favorite few groups? Top 3, top 5 groups?
All time right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All time.
All time. I've probably got to go in, and this is in no particular order. I'm going to do 5. Imperials, Inspirations, Kingsmen, Perry's, and probably I catch myself listening to a whole lot of trying to think of the group because I can never remember their name, but I listened to them and I don't know why I can't remember. We're an old group, 60s. Gosh, can't think of their names. I'll post it later. But yeah, I'd probably say those 4. The Perrys, the Inspirations, the Imperials, and the Kingsmen.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
All right. Avery, why do you love gospel music so much? And same question as Scott and Aaron.
Okay. Yeah. So our parents were huge gospel music fans, especially my mom, and they went to NQC. They've been to Singing in the Smokies. They've done Hominy Valley, all before Evan and I were born. In fact, Mom said, this is a cool story since your Inspirations related, that she was pregnant with me and she went to one of the singings in Alabama with the Inspirations, and she was like, the whole concert, there was other people there singing, you didn't move. The Inspirations got on stage, you went nuts. You stopped. The Inspirations went back on and you went nuts. So I guess since, that scripture that says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, I think that's, pretty accurate. And then my first concert, I was 8 months old. My parents were huge Bishops fans and they went to the homecoming every year. So I got to be at the last homecoming, even though I don't remember it, in 2001. But I grew up watching the Gaither videos. I grew up listening to CDs, going to local concerts, and going to some of the bigger concerts. And I always had heard about NQC and Hominy Valley and Singing in the Smokies. And I was in public school, couldn't go to a ton of these big events, especially not NQC, since it was right in the middle of the first semester of school. But when I graduated, it was 2019 had come and gone, but it was 2020, and I was going to go to NQC, and then COVID hit. And so I went to the fall festival, but I think that was the perfect entrance into what NQC was, because I got hooked then, and I've just went back. But I enjoy the message in the music. I saw you guys in Sparta the other night, last week, and it hit me right between the eyeballs, and I didn't even know I needed that right in the moment. And I was sitting there trying to suck back tears, so I didn't have to right down my face. But I enjoy the family. I get so many friends that minister just when I need it, and I don't think I can make it through without seeing those, posts, those songs, and they aren't even aware of it sometimes. But that's what keeps bringing me back and back.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Well, you're up on Riley.
Riley, let's hear it. I want to hear yours. Same question.
Well, I've grown up.
Back to you.
Oh. Okay, so growing up, I've listened to this music and grown up going to singings before I can even remember. Grew up listening to the Inspirations a lot, Gold City, the old stuff, and I think I can't remember the exact point, but I just started researching stuff, like looking back on YouTube and watching old videos. Like for when I started looking at the history, I got really hooked on the Spear family, and so I started getting interested into it myself. And then I guess when I really started bugging my parents to go to concerts, like we would always go, but my sister would like always ask to go. And then at some point when she went away to college, I started asking for myself. And about 2020, I guess things shifted, and it really became a big part of my life, going to concerts. And I love the message in the music. Like Avery said, I grew up watching those Gaither videos with Vestal and George Gauntz and all those who have gone on, and the Gaither Homecoming Kid videos. Those were so much fun to watch, especially the God Zoo with Jeff Easter being the zookeeper or whatever, and that was lots of fun. But anyways, transferring into this, I was very intrigued with the idea because I'd always love this music, but I wasn't like involved in, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when Scott contacted me, got opening a door, and I really have enjoyed doing this and look forward to doing this for a long time.
Amen. Evan, he wanted to hear from you too. So you already had one, but you can
you're good.
You can give a quick answer.
And so whenever I was growing up, we used to have quartets and groups come into our church all the time. And we had this special group called the Page Trio who came in, and their baritone singer would pay me $1 every time I'd get on stage and sing with them. So I was like, man, this is the stuff, getting $1 to sing, Over time, it became less about the dollar and more about the love for singing. And really, I wasn't saved at the time, really didn't think about the music. I was just like, singing was fun. It was something I was good at. People enjoyed it. I started to learn the tenor harmony from their tenor singer, Wayne. I could just hear his part so naturally. And then as I got older, I kind of got out of the genre, really could care less for it. Mom and Avery would go to singings, I'd stay home. Like, that just didn't interest me. Yeah. And then I got saved. And I guess that's like people joke, it's like I got saved and started loving the music. That's legit for me. I got saved and I started wanting to go to more concerts. And we went to Bill Bailey's Florence Sing. And I still thank Bill to this day, because without the Florence Sing, I wouldn't be a gospel music fan. It was Gold City, the Kingsmen. Was it the Inspirations that year, or was it the McCameys that year? It was the McCameys and the Perrys. And I remember watching Tracy, because I went to go get some popcorn and had to walk in front of the stage. And I remember him just nailing the lowest note I've ever heard in my life, and loving that style, loving bass singers and all that. So then I was like, man, this guy is awesome. And then became really good friends with him when he passed away. It was also the same time that my voice was changing. And the Lord put me, I joke with Luke, because the first time I met him, I was like, yeah, I sing in the basement. And he still makes fun of me to this day. But the Lord put my voice in a lower register, and I thought that I would be the coolest bass singer in the world. And so I started listening to more bass singers, especially Tracy, started singing. And over time, just, developed a love for that. And then when COVID happened and there was no concerts, I fell in love with Southern gospel history, and really got into buying all the records, listening to older music, loving guys like the Inspirations. And from that spurned going and seeing Troy Burns' family. And then they needed a baritone singer for one of their Christmas spectaculars, and got to experience the road. And from there, it was just like Aaron says, once you get on the road, you get a new love and appreciation for it, because I realize it isn't just the hour that you see them on stage. It's the full-on 10-day weekend that you're doing, and the people that you're getting to minister to. Because there was kids who would walk up to me, little 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, and I was 18 or 19 at the time. And there was these kids who was like, they were like, hey, man, it's cool what you do. It's so cool to see someone our age up there. And it was right around that time as well that Forward started. And I love getting to talk to other young people like me who love this music, because in my school, I was like the only person who even knew what a quartet was. So that's why I love this music. And it's really cool to get to sing it, to get to be a part of it,
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. You asked us some good questions, and y'all, we have gone long tonight. I am going to really quick, Brother Jason, bear with me, but I'm going to kind of zip through some things real quick. All right. I am going to start with this one right here just because I don't want to miss him. Thank you, Jim from Michigan, for watching us. Nick Wilkie said he can't wait to see us in the booth, and we're looking forward to that. There's some things I want to make sure. Now, these are funny. Crystal Mackey said that her daughter Charlotte said we could do Scott on the spot, which was not exactly what I was going to say, but it's pretty good. And then she came back with Papaw on the seesaw. So that was really creative. So good job. Good job, Charlotte. And Blaine, thank you for I hope we are a blessing to those who watch, and we love y'all. The next guest, episode 23, the time is not confirmed yet, so we cannot announce that. But I will give you a little Easter egg that the shirt that I'm wearing tonight, Jesus Loves You, He Really, Really Loves You, is hinting at episode 24. That will be at the end of July that you'll see more coming out, where we will have Connor Bailey and Kennedy Hayes returning to us for a full episode. We had them for just a little bit one night, but we're going to have them for a full episode.
Tiffany Roby just screamed.
There you go. So that's coming. But be listening. We'll announce 23 very soon. Okay. Miss Becky Masters, this is a very important question. Will you have the t-shirts at NQC? Are they pre-order only? This is what I can't do. I cannot guarantee you that we're going to have t-shirts at NQC purely because of cost, and we're working on the trim budget. We're going to try. It depends. I'm going to be honest with you. It really depends if we get a good sale out of these on the front side. That's going to help us a lot, be able to buy some to bring to NQC. So I would recommend sending the email or sending us a comment if you want one. Neil, you can wear the t-shirt if you're old as dirt. We love to be promoted by our older fans as well, and that will help grow our community. And Papa Robert asked the same thing, and he's older in dirt too, but that's okay. I am too. We'll all wear these shirts. Daniel, thank you. I preach too much when I get to talking, but my heart is for these young people and for this music. And so I hope it always comes across. And I think we had one question about Elisha, do you sing with the Inspirations? I think somebody jumped on at the end. No, that is his brother Isaac.
If I heard that once at Sparta, I heard it 100 times. These people behind me were asking, they're like, I think that's Isaac. I think he sings with the Inspirations. I'm like,
I'll hear it this week too.
That's great. And Caden Howell, one of the great young voices in Southern gospel music, and one of our former guests, he is a dear friend to us. We love him dearly. And he says thanks for making him feel appreciated. We thank him for making us feel appreciated. He sent me a text the other day, and it came at exactly the right time that it meant a lot to me to hear from one of my young friends.
I've had one of those from him before.
And I mean, it's just, I feel like the Lord gives nudges sometimes. If you feel a nudge that you ought to send a text to somebody, do it. Because I really do feel like the Spirit connects the family of God. And I do feel like when somebody is laid on somebody's heart, that could be the Spirit saying, hey, they need a touch. So send that text, send that love. But we thank you, Kate. Okay. Wanted to zip through those right quick. Y'all, we got to mount the horses and we got to get out of here. Elijah, I hope that this is, and I slurred that was Elisha. I did not say Elijah.
I was called Shaw on the cruise.
Yeah.
Elisha.
Papa is tired. He turns into a pumpkin at 9:00 Central Time, so we're about there.
I will say one thing.
Yes, come on.
Somebody asked what night we'll be at NQC. We'll be there Monday.
Okay, Monday night at NQC. So let's make sure you know that. Elisha, I hope you've had a good time with us. You have been a joy. It's been a joy getting to know you.
Good to be on here.
Aaron, thank you for joining us as a guest host tonight. You are a blessing as part of the Southern Gospel family. And to our watchers and the listeners who hit the podcast when we post it there. We love y'all with all of our hearts. Southern Gospel Forward doesn't exist without y'all watching and supporting and cheering us on. We thank y'all. We appreciate your shares and your subscriptions and just all that you do for us. Thank y'all. We hope that y'all enjoy this. And I'm like what young Riley said, if you caught that a while ago, hoping to do this for years to come, unless the young folks have a insurrection. I shouldn't have said that. Unless the young folks kick me out, I plan to be here for a very long time. And I look forward to working with this crew and doing this for a real long time. Thank y'all so much. I love all these guys on this camera tonight, and I appreciate them. Anything else before we get out of here, boys and girls?
I see all of y'all, not every one of y'all. I wish I could bring all of y'all, but I see all of you that have tickets to Singing in the Smokies.
I'll hide. I'm hiding away.
And please come talk to me. I'm a talkative person. I'm awkward, but I'm a talkative person.
Yeah, the sunglasses. Y'all see the
I promise I will wipe them down so we don't all get
gonna get pink eye. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a blessed week. Gang, hang in. We'll talk to each other off of the camera just for a second to say goodbye. But right now, we're gonna say goodbye to all y'all. We love you. 2023. Josh Singletary.
Oh boy.
How'd you do those fire